Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I love how it gives me the option to go live here, even though it's been recording this whole time. Isn't that incredible? All right, ladies, gents, we're about 20 minutes removed from the market open. Yes, obviously a bearish market open. Let's talk about the implications of what's going on here. So first off, let me just hit the receipts for the trade from 2 days ago. Or sorry, I mean yesterday. What a week. Beautiful wick re-entry. We were up, I think, 2.5 to 1 R on that trade. Market retraced all the way back, hit my break even, and then wicked all the way through the daily zone to grab everyone's stop profits or stop losses, and then continued all the way back up to entry. This will happen. This is why when I say move your stops to break even, or when I say I'm moving stop loss to break even, I do it with the understanding that the market could come back to my entry and kick me out and then run in my direction. So don't ever move your stops to break even unless you've accepted that reality that the market could come back and hit. Now, I've been talking about a potential bearish scenario for Nasdaq. I said that March specifically could be a very bearish month. I've been mentioning Zuckerberg and Bezos and Jamie Dimon selling record amounts of stock. We talked about the late cycle sort of dynamics of NVIDIA, how overvalued it is and how it could be in a temporary bubble because of how much, obviously how much short-term demand found its way into NVIDIA. Fundamentally, nothing else is really pointing towards a bearish stock market. Maybe the market kind of wrestling with only 3 rate cuts this year instead of 7. But I think the most immediate things that are impacting the market is the largest shareholders selling off, which is going to trigger this kind of cascade effect or this domino effect for large-scale institutional investors to follow their lead. And so that's what I think we're seeing. I think that we're seeing a much-needed pullback. And I'll be real with you guys, I don't know how deep this is going to go. This is one of those, whenever the market turns around, naive traders are always trying to guess the reversal. And so like a naive trader, and I used to be the naive trader, that's why I'm saying this, but would see the resistance, would see that we haven't pulled back in a long time, and would expect a full 90% correction of this move, which is possible. Anything is possible in markets. Other naive traders will be looking to just keep buying, keep buying, keep buying, keep buying, regardless of breaks of structure or anything else. This is one of those scenarios where I would very much like to see the full correction before I continue to buy. And so I'm just going to show you guys what I'm looking at right here. Okay. Previous high, previous low, market breaks all the way through, then creates a new bullish range through the top, comes back to create a new floor, new floor, new floor. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then liquidity grab. So you guys know the way that I typically look at structure, and this is where most traders lose money, is the market will create support, traders will miss it. Market will create support, traders are going to miss it. Market will create support, traders are like, I'm not sure about that. And then it bounces, and they're like, all right, next time it touches the zone, I promise I'm going to buy it. I'm going to put my whole account on it. I get it now. Market comes back to support. The trader puts their full account on that buy. The market dips through and grabs their stop loss and then continues. Okay, so I'm waiting to see if this is a liquidity grab here and then a closure back above. How do we determine whether it's a true closure above or whether this is sort of like a fake out? Very simple rule. Are we on YouTube? YouTube, are we good? Throw something in the chat if you guys are alive. All right. So there's 3 steps. Number 1 is you want to see a break back above the 88.6. And ideally, price would have to close above this local structure. So you guys see this previous high of these two candles, ideally you'd want to see the market close back above the range and then ideally engulf those two candles. That's step one. Step two would be a pullback to the 88.6, and step three would be a higher low. So the market closes above that zone, not just comes back to retest through it, but comes back to retest through it and then closes above. You have those conditions, can buy all the way to new highs. All right, so the buys are conditional on a break above that support level, closure above, and retest. If we don't get those, there's a good chance sellers are taking over, and that's where we allow the market to turn around and start trading the new direction once it establishes that structure. Do not try and guess reversals. Do not marry the reversal trade. Don't marry any trade. But specifically when the market hasn't even broken structure yet and everyone's starting to sell, that's typically when the market will do one very aggressive spike to the upside to kick out the early sellers before it does drop. All right, so be mindful of that. That's what I'm watching right now. Matter of fact, I'm just going to redraw my zones from scratch because that shit was way too messy. Way too messy. First things first, higher time frame zones just to find my range. Find a couple higher time frame levels that I can use as an anchor for structure. Adjust my fib to the true body of that range. Doesn't get better than this, does it? I'll go support all the way to the 88.6. Discount premium, support, resistance. All the zones are locked in. Beautiful. We got support, resistance, discount premium, and then we have 88.6 on the downside. A little cheat code for the NAS100 folks. That little quick reverse fib to find the 88 on the top side. Wow. The reverse, wow. I'll go through this on some Saturday education. Very big surprise on Friday, everybody. A very big surprise. We're announcing the opening speaker of the FX Summit, and we're going to do it in spectacular fashion. All right. Any doubts about the FX Summit, about whether it's going to be more exciting than ever before and whether we're going to live up to the hype? That is going to be answered on Friday. If you're in New York, go ahead and let us know. Good morning. Good. We were looking to put together a webinar or a seminar live, free in New York while we're there. This is Dow Jones looking good. So Bryce was mentioning Dow Jones buys. Actually, let me finish with Nasdaq real quick. I really do have to get this down. This is pretty important. Money is ticking. Time is ticking. Find the true body. Boom. Head up to the 1 hour. 886 to the downside. 400. 17,400. Good stuff. Go ahead and hit the quick Uno reverse card. Wow. This market is too generous. Okay. Now we got all the zones that we need to trade. This doesn't get any better. All right. NAS100 folks, let's take a look at this. So we have the impulsive move up. As we move up, we got our first break. And then after that first break, we have the true range. So here's our true range. Here's that breaker. Not breaker. I don't want to confuse folks who study that ICT stuff. Wow. Find the true body of the break to make sure you have the most accurate fib. Wow. You can't even make this up. Actually, I could have made this up. Maybe not. It's too good. Break outside the range, right into the entry zone. Grabbing liquidity below this low. I'm still not very confident on the buys here. I'm going to give this thing a second because I'm going to add one more confirmation to check the session times to see if the session times line up with what I am looking at. Here's the high for Asia. Oh, it looks like we just had a straight drop through. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm not saying these buys aren't valid. I'm saying if these buys are valid, we're gonna have to be very selective over where we take profits. Because I'm kind of seeing this pull back to the Asia session highs, like 88.6 from the Asia session highs, and then drop. But I'm gonna give this thing a second here. I'm gonna give this thing a second. I want to see a convincing reaction at the 17,850. If it just keeps closing through, good. It saves us the hassle of getting in too early. Okay. So I'm gonna let this one sit for now. I think we're in the middle of that bearish retracement, close to the end of the month. So closure of the monthly candle, plus the open of the new monthly candle, plus all the bearish sentiment that I just gave you, plus earnings season, where a lot of the Fortune 500 companies are very likely to not hit their earnings results. So I am keeping an eye on that. I'm not saying I'm full bearish. We haven't seen any break of structure just yet, but I am keeping an eye because of all those fundamental reasons. Okay, let's do US 30 real quick, and then I'll do gold. US 30, we talked about this on Sunday. We just need to see a break above 38,800. So what you could do is you could actually add an alert here at 38,800. I'm going to adjust this thing down right there. And I would need to see a break above the 38,800 and then a retest. So a closure back above like a wick and then a retest back in. That retest entry is going to be the prime entry to get. Stops are going to be below the wick, and take profits are going to be at these previous areas of structure on the way up. Now, this actually, Bryce, you were right. This does look a lot cleaner to me than Nasdaq. All right, only because we've already had a major retracement here, like this flag retracement. When we look at Nasdaq, we haven't had that yet. We had this little consolidation, little dip below, but we haven't had, let's say, a flag retracement. Right? So this thing still has a little bit more room to go. And that's why today, especially on a Wednesday, no reason to force any trades in either direction. Let the market come to you. But yeah, buys on U30, they got good potential. And also, this is going to be the best risk and reward that we're going to get, which is entering right now. If we wait until the market wicks above, right now it's at 38,770. If we wait till it wicks above, that'll be at 920. That's 50 points. That's the fucking trade, basically. Excuse my language. If you are new to the live trading streams, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. My name is Roy Dunya, co-founder, Chart Addicts, and arguably one of the most entertaining people on YouTube. All right, ladies and gents, I'm gonna buy NAS up until the Australia lows, or sorry, up until the Asia session highs, which is all the way up here at 975. So that's about 100 points. Risk is going to be below the break, which is about 60 points. So you're looking at a 1.5 to 1, 1.5 to 1, maybe 2 to 1 if we make it all the way to the previous highs. Trading panel. Let me put this in my phone first. I gotta stop getting the order wrong here. 28. Okay. Yo, what platforms have you guys been using, and what's your overall take on those platforms so far? I've heard a lot of good things about Tradeovate. I've heard only horrible things from DX trades.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I haven't even touched my the funded trader account on DX yet. I just got my logins yesterday, but I love Apex and trading from TradingView. It's pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah, honestly, dude. And then this is I don't want to say I don't want to give them too much credit, but like you guys remember Trade Locker? You guys remember
Yeah,
Trade Locker? Yeah, that they
yeah,
I think that they were the first, not the first, obviously, but they really did have the cleanest user interface with a TradingView style interface. And that's what I'm so excited about because as much as everybody loves MetaTrader, can we all agree that that Windows 98 style user interface is like fucking horrendous and it's an embarrassment so that we let this happen for so long?
yeah, for sure.
Said Sway is complete garbage. Yo, shit. Yo, hold on. Why'd you make me read that, bro? Fuck. It's like I get it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Why my voice has to be the one to say it? That's because they're gonna clip me, not you. He said trade locker is trash. I don't agree with that one.
Yeah, I
I
think
think that the brokers that are listed on Trade Locker all usually have issues, but it's never been the platform itself. Like the outages and the freezes and the latency has always been from those brokers. Regulated crypto brokers that trade CFD in the US. What the fuck? First off, there are no CFD brokers in the US, period. Second off, if you're going to be trading crypto on margin, don't talk to me. All right. You're going to become a very miserable person, and I want nothing to do with that. So leave me alone. If anybody here wants to trade crypto on margin, try eating glass first. Okay. See which one's more fun. I haven't had an issue with DX trades aside from having to carry my laptop again to trade. Yeah, that's so goofy. They needed an app for sure. Using two browsers to trade accounts. Yeah. Yep. All right. By the way, guys, the position I put in is very small. So I'm waiting to see if we can get one little dip below that zone, and I'm going to enter 2/3 of my position here. So I entered about 30% of my position already. I'm going to wait for a dip to see if I can get a better entry. Risk and reward on this trade should be about 2.5 to 1, or sorry, 1.5 to 1, depending on where we take profits. Okay, so the intended R&R is about 2.6 to 1. And obviously, as we take partial profits, that number will adjust. Might need a bit more room on the SL. 60 points total for 140 points upside. The charts don't even entertain their chips. Aside, all good. Honestly, as long as it works, I'm cool with it. I agree. As long as there is a buy and sell button, as long as I can protect my trade and take partials, I don't care about the platform anymore. Trade Evade is great. Pepperstone, Australian company. I like Pepperstone. Trade Evade. Thanks, Roy, for the breakdowns. Can you recommend a broker I can use? I'm going to have something very special for you guys very soon. Very soon. I am doing a tour. I'm on another world tour right now. Oh, nice. Nice. Beautiful rejection here. All right, I'm in profits on the trade. I'm in profits already. I'm up. No, that's not even worth it. I was gonna say I'm up 0.4 to 1 or 0.3 to 1 R right now. Let's all celebrate real quick. If you guys want to do a parade, let's make it happen. If you guys want to fucking put my face on a poster, I'm up 0.3 to 1 R. Flex.
not to distract you, but U30 is looking pretty good.
Oh yeah, it is. I told you that down here at the 370, 770, that's
Yeah,
gonna be the best entry you're gonna get. I would enter this trade not even because of all the confirmations. It was strictly because here's the low right here. You got that 88.6, by the time it breaks above, you're already going to be 50, 60 points late. So good call, Bryce. Seriously, good call and then good taking action.
Yes, sir.
Boy, saw that from a mile away.
Trillion drawdown scares me some.
All right, first off, fear is for oh fuck. I was gonna say some shit to get me canceled. No, no,
Get out of here, bro.
no. I'm gonna tone it down. I'm gonna tone it down. I'm gonna say some cliche shit instead that can't get me in trouble. Pain or fear is just but weakness leaving the body. Right? Let me fucking Is it another day, another banger? There we go. Yes. Ah. All right, yeah, gold. I mean, look, as long as the dollar is still respecting this support, and as long as the magnet indicators don't lie, right? Super secret magnet indicators can't find it anywhere else. As long as that support is still holding, there's a good chance gold continues to the downside. And I'm just waiting for gold to finish that downside move. If we really look at it, here's the previous high. We had a beautiful drop, and then price just has not been able to break that 78%, that 80% retracement level. So we're gonna have to see how that goes. I was still looking at the inverted head and shoulders, but the fact that actually we did have a nice closure above these previous highs, but we're just not. I don't know. We're just not able to break. I'm really iffy on gold, especially in the middle of this range. I'd much rather see a massive drop to the downside and buy it, or a massive push to the upside and sell it. But trading in the middle of that range is just too risky. And obviously, it's trading, so everything is risky. But you guys get the drill. Okay, let me see this. Awesome. Awesome. So we're currently on. Oh, nice. The US 30 just broke above that zone. Or hasn't broken above yet. It's still sitting there. But we are on, and I don't think this is accurate. I think we have more than a 7 trade win streak, but we are on a 7 stream win streak, 100% win rate for the last 7 streams in a row. And I'm gonna go through and add up everything from the previous live streams. But I actually have a request for you guys because I know some of you guys are complete dickheads in a good way. You're going to go and be a lot more meticulous and be a lot harsher in tracking these results than I am because I might, hit TP1, TP2, I'm going to call it a winner when it might have came back to entry. If anybody wants to volunteer to go back through the last 100 and something live streams and tally up the total of the trades that were called, the total risk and reward, the total win rate, the total consistency score, duration and drawdown, anything that you guys want to find, I will give you a 1-year free membership at Chart Addicts. All right, because I'm going to do this myself, but having another set of eyes would be great. I want somebody to go and check all the results from the live streams because at this point, it's absolutely bonkers what we do here. The consistency is ridiculous, and until we actually go through and add it up, it's never gonna hit people. It's like, oh yeah, Chart Addicts, oh they won again, oh nice, he called a trade, all right, until they can't do the same thing. So if someone wants to do that, that would be awesome. Zoom user, who is that? Who is Zoom user? Is it the Russians? Josh said I'm down typing crazy. Josh, put the fucking phone down, bro. Do not text and drive. We need you in the game. Josh, I think Ken is already on it. I would hope so. I think Ken is backtesting the strategy itself, but maybe not the live streams. He said maybe we can distribute the work. Yo, this man Mike is a fucking genius. This man Mike is talking about splitting it up. Chris, Ray, everybody wants to do it. Yo, chill out. Everybody wants that free membership. Y'all just heard me say it out loud. Y'all are crazy. All right, let me stop making promises on these live streams because my team been telling me, Roy, well, you've been making some promises on these live streams. So I'm gonna do my best here to not overpromise. However, if one individual or two individuals do it, that offer's on the table. I can't give a free membership to 15 people and everybody split the. I'll just do it myself, guys. Come on. I went from NAS100 to gold to US30 to Bitcoin, and BTC is where it's at. Brother or sister, come back and talk to me in 6 months. Okay? Everybody who trades Bitcoin or everyone who trades crypto, any cryptos on margin, their life is going to fall apart at some point. And I'm praying to you that you are the exception to the rule. But I'm telling you guys right now, if you want to trade crypto on margin, just number one, you probably hate your life. Okay. Number two, I would highly recommend just investing as opposed to trying to day trade. US30, beautiful closure above 38,800. Buys fully valid. Wow. Bryce, great call, brother.
Yeah, that was a beautiful trade.
He said if 5 people do it, 6 months membership. This man Robin's trying to negotiate. Yo, golly, Bryce, can I get my negotiators, bro? Can I get my team?
This is all on you, buddy.
Nah, Bryce, tell them no deal. Tell them no matter what they say, nothing. No deal. I don't accept.
Bro, I'm the wrong person. You know I'm for the people. I say accept it all.
Yeah, Bryce will be in my ear. He's like, what if everybody got a free membership?
Yeah.
He said, what if everyone got a ball? Why are we got to fight each other for the ball? That makes no sense. He said, why can't everyone get a soccer ball? Oh, man. So apparently Bitcoin broke 61K. Oh, my God.
Oh, damn, dude. That thing's ripping right now.
Yeah, guys, this is actually getting pretty crazy. We might break all-time highs here. If we do, that's where the correction is going to come in. Little tip. Oh, by the way, I had a podcast with Dr. Olson, founder of Oanda, yesterday. Obviously, he founded Oanda back in 1996. We had by far the most interesting conversation I've had with him in years. Every conversation I have with him is interesting, but it turns out everyone's heard about the prop firm situation. This thing got so intertwined with brokers that everyone on the institutional side was keeping tabs on the prop firms going under. And I had no idea. I was trying to provide some context for him so that he can kind of give me some guidance on what's happening and what to think about the regulatory environment. He straight up told me, he was like, yeah, everyone's watching. It became such a big industry that it caught everyone's attention. And he said the regulators, long story short, regulators are tripping. He said back when he was around and building Oanda, you like the regulations were there to help people. He said after 2008, the consumer protection laws got so strict that now they're just stopping anybody from doing anything productive, which is why Forex trading is getting such a hard time. So very interesting convo. I can't wait to drop that. I think it's going to be very, very insightful for you guys. But we also talked about crypto, and he told me that Bitcoin, Ethereum are, obviously they're dominating. But where are the best opportunities? It's in the altcoins. Everything that's still, so you see, these are pumping. Then you also have Solana and the other mid caps pumping. But the small caps are all just sitting dormant at their floor. And this is where all the opportunity is. When no one gives a shit and they kind of put all the altcoins to the side and everyone's just pumping into Bitcoin and FOMOing in, these are going to see the next big pump. And that's my biggest focus between now and the next 4 or 5 months is to accumulate as much crypto as humanly possible, because this next bull run, I don't want to say it's the one, but this next bull run will be savage. It's going to make 2017 and 2020 look like child's play. And I was not positioned well for it because I thought we had more time. And so now I'm in the boat of trying to make up for lost time. buying the large caps is not going to make me any money. So if I buy Bitcoin at 60 and it goes to 100, right? So I guess I can make 40%, but I'd much rather wait for the correction down to the 38,000s, down to this area again. And this is where I can load up. So my strategy is to buy the small caps. Again, this is not financial advice. Please do your own research and consult a licensed financial professional. But I'm going to invest in the small caps. Once we start to see that pump, I'm going to sell out of the small caps and convert it to Bitcoin. And ideally, Bitcoin is going to be back at this 38,000 level. And that's going to be my play for the next 12 months. Okay, so do not sleep on this opportunity. This could be our last chance to make something miraculous happen. Yeah, that's where my head's at. Part of me wants to close this trade already. All right, it's about 10:30. I got another 20 minutes on here because I have back-to-back meetings today. Solana launched a mobile device. Okay, let's see how that one goes. You know, probably the dumbest thing they could have done. But then again, if it's for developers, that's one thing. But well, whenever you have a software business that's doing extremely well, that has a lot of grassroots attention, that has a great base of developers building on it, why the fuck would you go on to hardware to create all this unnecessary overhead, all these unnecessary expenses, and compete with Apple and fucking Samsung? That just seems like something that makes no sense, honestly. Just be like Oprah. You get one. You get a free membership. We already did that, Josh. A lot of our day one members, a lot of the ultra VIPs here that have been around for like a year and a half or more, they did get that. We were throwing around deals. We were throwing around free summit tickets and everything else. So it does pay to be in the community and to stick around. All right, shout out your entries if you guys ended up taking this trade. You got your eye on any small cap crypto, small cap suggestions? Yeah, of course. Of course, everybody's asking about my stock or about my crypto picks. I'll have a list for the CA members of my 2024 picks, but for everybody else, can do. Elon will mention Doge January 12, and it will shoot. January 12th, buddy. You know it's February, right? Hypothetically speaking, where can we look to take profits on U30? I love that. I love the way you asked that. So 38,900. This would be a great area to look for. Because here's the deal. I'm on the smaller time frames now. If the market's going to go bearish, it's going to retest the high of this area right here. So 38,850, and then it's going to drop. And so if you see a break above the 38,850, then all you'd have to do is just wait for a pullback because the market has already confirmed the bullish engulfing. Okay, so it shows that buyers are in control. All you would do is wait for the pullback to that same exact range. And this is where you would take another buy entry. Or if you don't want to take another entry, this is just your confirmation to hold. So if we break above this, wait for the pullback, but then hold it. 38,900 would be that first TP and then above. Okay. Yeah, 38,900, and then 38,950, and then 39,000. So key levels. Oh God, this thing could flip. This thing could flip. Trying to be patient here. God, this is just nuts. This is the craziest thing happening in markets right now. Hands down. Yeah, this thing looks like it wants to crash bearish. I just want to see one push to the upside to grab liquidity, and I'm going to protect this trade. So hopefully we get that before the market pushes to the downside. I'm also going to adjust my stop loss. I'm doing this on my phone right now. Got 868, 850, good stuff. Yeah, so I'm adjusting my stops to about 10 points below the wick. So it'll be 10 points below this. So basically, the stop loss went from 60 points to 45 points, significantly reducing the risk on the trade and improving that risk and reward potential. So if we reach this previous high, that'll be 1.3 to 1 R. So you can either close the full trade or close half and protect. To my next area of interest would be 2.5 to 1. And then to the previous highs right here would be almost 3.5 to 1, 3.3 to 1. So now we don't need to hold the trade all the way to the top of the range to make a decent return. Now we can just have a lower risk because the market's already respected that zone. I don't need to have 20, 30 points below. If the market does come down, I think this is the most that we should expect. Anything below this, I can see as a reversal. So anything of below the break of the lows. Clearly, it's always a chance the market wicks through the lows and then comes back up, but that's actually more rare than people realize. Typically happens on the highest impact news days, not just, let's say GDP news, which is huge news, don't get me wrong, but it's preliminary GDP, if I'm not mistaken, it is. And a slight miss, but this is not concerning. Okay, the fact that we're still above 3% GDP actually says a lot, which is really good. I told you guys that rule of thumb that I've been following, which is as long as GDP outpaces the interest rate or outpaces the rate of inflation, typically we're doing all right. So the inflation rate right now is about 3.4 to 3.7, depending on the day. And we're coming pretty close. So the goal is just to keep bringing inflation down and keep getting GDP up. That's going to be the goal for the Fed. But overall, not too big of a hit. This is not going to make much of a difference because the market was expecting that result. All right, this is not looking too hot. Not looking too hot.
So I did already pull profits on US 30. I just I can't take partials on the Apex account.
For real?
Yeah, I just don't know how to yet, probably. I've been trying to figure it out.
Because I think you have to on futures because of the trailing equity drawdown.
Yeah, you
And
have
so
to.
if you're in profits and then it retraces back to entry, you could blow the account just off
Yeah.
of like it retraced. So that's why I think taking partials is the best way to go on futures. And if you think about it, the 88-6 strategy is so fucking perfect for this because TP1, TP2, TP3 force you to take partials on the trade
Yeah.
so that you don't, over risk on the account. I love it.
Oh, Jensen said to just sell one contract for partials or sell a few contracts. Okay, that makes sense.
Opposed to selling all your contracts. Nice. Jensen,
Jensen's a
bro,
G.
what is Bryce gonna do without you, bro? My boy's gonna be running into walls and shit.
No, what to do?
No, I know exactly what Bryce is gonna do. He's gonna crush it regardless. But either way, anybody that has any of those tips for Apex or for some of these futures accounts, or if anyone has any tips on dealing with that equity-based drawdown or the end of the day trailing equity drawdown, what are some tips that you guys have been using to stay out of trouble? Because obviously this is very different than most of us who have been trading on Forex prop firms, which have the balance-based drawdown. Well, no, I mean, they have equity-based drawdown, but it's more of a total equity drawdown, not the trailing drawdown. Trailing drawdown, I think, I don't know. It just doesn't sound like is beneficial for traders. I need a Chart Addicts membership then. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. We're going to have a way for everyone to join the 3-day mindset class or the 3-day mindset boot camp is going to be March 7th, if I'm not mistaken. It'll change your life, y'all. I'll make you guys one guarantee. If you don't find the 3-day mindset boot camp valuable, if you don't find it beneficial for your progress, I'll give you a full refund. That one, my team is going to give me a hard time for, but I mean it. Can someone screen record an example? There should be some videos on YouTube, guys. And I sent a link on how to set up monitoring for the trailing drawdown yesterday in the chat. Okay, that sounds very useful. Everyone, go check Jay's post. I'm going to check it, make sure everything is rock solid there. But Jay, I appreciate you doing that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it works. It works well. I got it set up yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah,
Love to see it, man. Love to see it. This
definitely,
is what I'm
definitely
talking
a good
about.
thing to watch.
He said, when trading on TradingView, I cannot open multiple trades on the same instrument. It combines them. Yeah, it'll give you like the average entry price as opposed to entering separate orders. It just depends on the broker you're using. But yeah, trading on TradingView has a few of its own issues. Good stuff. All right, everybody, I got a pretty busy day ahead. I can't sit here and watch this grass grow. But just like every day, typically the markets will move between 10:30 to noon. So in the next hour and a half, we're going to have our answer here. Big reminder not to overstay your welcome. So a lot of folks are going to start to see the market move in either direction. Get excited about holding the trade or closing it too prematurely. What I would say is don't overstay your welcome. When this thing pops up, secure your partial profits, walk away with something, and then protect the trade so that you are in a zero risk opportunity. Make sense? Put a one in the chat if that makes sense. Put a one in the chat if you guys took something away from this stream so far. When it comes to updates on the prop firm situation, I think that futures firms will go through the same problems, but the timeline I'm hearing from everyone inside the industry, inside of some of the largest liquidity providers and brokers and everything else, is around 6 months or less for futures firms to start dealing with issues because they are not regulated, or at least most are not regulated in the States. The next wave is going to be these third-party trading platforms competing. So kind of DX Trade competitors, Trade Locker, and similar companies. So you guys are going to see a lot of folks launching their own brokers or launching their own trading platform or whatever it is. Just keep in mind, trust but verify. I think it's very important. When you're putting your money on these platforms, make sure you know what you're doing. When will the podcast drop with Oenda? I want to drop it ASAP because of how relevant the convo was, because of how like current the topic discussion was. So I want to drop it by Sunday. But I want guys, I'm gonna do my live stream from somewhere very special on Friday. Like I don't think anybody here can understand how crazy Friday's stream is gonna be. SFT is moving all accounts to DX trades and freezing all the accounts until March 5th. Brother, that's just the start. The thing about white labels versus the main label is that the white labels have even less control right now. Whatever the main label is telling them to do, yes, sir. And the main label is always the priority. Whereas the white labels are going to get backseat treatment. And so that's why if I'm going to go with any firms, I would much rather skip the white label and just go straight to the main label. Not that they have an advantage, because I feel like all of them are in the same boat, guys. None of the DX trade solution is not going to work. You guys don't think that regulators are going to step into DX trades? The regulators they're watching this mass migration out of MetaTrader, and they're like, "Oh, where's everyone going?" And they just start to see spikes in DX trades activity. They start to see spikes in C Trader and Ninja's activity. You guys don't think they're going to do the same thing with them? Come on now. So what's the safest bet? So for now, I'm using the futures firms because, I mean, 6 months is a long fucking time. If you told me I only have 6 months left with FTMO, I'm going to milk the shit out of that opportunity. So for now, and another thing is that the futures firms are generally cheaper, or they always have these crazy deals. And so you're able to have a lower risk opportunity there that if anything does go wrong, you lost a couple $100 on like 4 or 5 accounts, as opposed to losing $1,000 on a 200K account. So I think futures firms, we have a little bit of time with them. and then prop firms will come back eventually. And other than that, you can just use a regulated broker. I know it sucks. And obviously I'm talking my shit, but I really have never traded on Oanda. And so I'm going to look at the fee structure. I mean, I've seen other people trade. I'm very aware of the fee structures there, but I've personally never executed and had no interest in doing so. So I'm going to see how this strategy fares on Oanda trading futures. And I think that that's just going to be the best place the best thing to do is like prop firms will be around. I'll still leverage them. But this whole talk about opening a live account and using your money to open a live account, what I would prefer to do is make prop firm money, put it into an investment. Okay, let's say crypto. Let the market kind of do its thing and make money in my investments and then take the profits, and you can fund a live account with the profits. So this is personally what I'm doing. This is my strategy right now. And my goal is to keep as much money in the invested side as possible and just to shave some partials every once in a while into a live account so that I can use margin to duplicate my money just so I can put it back in my investments. Okay, so the goal is to take money away from the market at all costs, not to put it back into a trading account. If you do put it back into a trading account, for me, I'm not going to use my principal, I'm going to use my profits. And then any profits I make on that account are going to go right back into my investments, which is the real goal. Not gonna lie, if Forex prop firms come back for me, it'll be a slow switch. I really like futures and the rules behind them. Yeah, folks, once we move over to futures, we're never going back, right? Until the next wave of Forex comes in. So you guys know IML did their thing, kind of really were the face of Forex for a while. Then IG influencers kind of took the cake, and then the prop firm and prop firm affiliates had the ball. So there's going to be another wave of people who are incentivizing affiliate programs and commissions and shit that's going to come in. They're going to do the same thing that IML and the prop firms did with the affiliate models and network marketing and all this stuff. And Forex will make a comeback. Once we move to futures, we're done. Ain't no going back. Wow, Bryce. Beautiful, beautiful reaction here. Incredible. All right, y'all. Happy safe trading today. We're going to see how this trade plays out. But if you guys get those results together for the live streams, shoot them over to info@chartaddictsfx.com, info@chartaddictsfx.com. What's the venue for New York? No venue. We're not going to be able to do it in time. We're coming back March 16th. March 16th. US 30 play is still looking good. Yeah, it is. You're in deep profits. How'd the interview go? Is it going to be posted? So I might post it tonight or tomorrow for Chart Addicts members. So you guys can get that early look. And then I'll drop it on Sunday once we have the thumbnail and everything ready to go. When FTMO comes close to booting you, will you go full margin on the last trade? So dude, yeah, bro, this is kind of embarrassing, but I think about this a lot. They're not going to give me a notice, is what I think. You guys remember I talked to that girl from Louisiana who Louisiana was on the banned states list for FTMO. And they promised her that no existing accounts would be touched. Only new accounts created were banned. 2-3 months later, they ended up just snagging her account out of nowhere. So if they do take my account, I'm going to get an email saying, hey, just a heads up, they're closing your shit. US clients, tough luck. I might be able to get a refund or something on something, but I think it's going to be very sudden and very quick. So no Hail Mary. Another thing about the Hail Mary thing is you got to build good habits, yo. I've done so many self-destructive things, just kind of like, well, it's already the last closing day. Oh, it's already the last move. Oh, it's news. I might as well. No. If you build a bad habit, it sticks with you. It sticks with your body. It sticks with your brain. That memory is locked in. So I try to avoid doing anything to make money that will damage my reputation with myself. All right. Because I just can't go backwards. I used to be a degen. So I got to keep building positive habits. All right, y'all. Happy, safe trading. Keep you guys posted in the Chart Addicts group chat on how this trade goes. Floating a measly 1-to-1. Not bad.
Couple of things, Roy. First, when are you doing something here in Miami? And the second one, so I love the part that you said about the altcoins that are a little bit undervalued than BTC. I've been a follower of Cardano for about 4 years, and I'm sitting on really good profit, and it's still undervalued. So for anybody who wants to, I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, but it looks like a great play.
Do your own research, everybody. Gabe, don't recommend fucking crypto options, bro. I know you're trying to pump that bag, man. Chill. He said if everybody in the
No,
group
no,
chat
no.
does that,
Sorry, bro. Sorry.
the price is
I'm
gonna
not trying to
double.
pump anything, but sorry though. Sorry.
No, you're good, bro. I just really don't want to mislead folks because what people should buy is dependent on their life situation. Gabe, we're young, and you're younger than all of us. So you should be taking the highest risk. Because when I was, I mean, even where I am in my situation, I should be looking for the highest risk opportunities. And Cardano is not one of those high risk. Remember, I said there's 3 sections. There's the main, large caps, but then there's the mid size. This is where I put Solana and Cardano. This is where I would put Tron, TRX. Right? This is where I would put Telcoin and some of these other potential. This is where I put Chainlink and some of and Uniswap and some of these other companies. Then you have your meme coins or just small cap coins. This is what I'm talking about, Gabe. So you're kind of referring to like these guys have a legit business. They have a legit company with great technology and like these got potential here. The altcoins, these are YOLO. This is you put in $100 and you can make 4 or 5 grand back. But most of your investments will lose money. So here's the deal. I was just talking to Paul about this yesterday. He put $400, I'm pretty sure, in the Doge, and this is, I'm sure he doesn't mind me telling this. $400 in the Doge, and I think he made something like, oh no, it was Pepe. It wasn't even Doge. It was Pepe, that little frog. I think he made $14,000 off of a $400 bet. So you're not going to find these kinds of opportunities in the mid caps or in the large caps. You'll find them only in the small caps. Now, for 20 investments, if you put $100 in 20 different investments, you just shot in the dark. $100. And 19 of them went to zero. You would lose $1,900. Okay. If one of them does a similar flip to this, which is more than 10x, is damn near 20x or something. No, 30x. 30x. That would be $3,000 on the $100 you invested here. You would still be in profits. You would lose 1,900 on all those bets. You would have one big winner in that group, and you don't know which one of the 20 is going to be a big winner. My early success in crypto in 2017, as much as I want to claim that I was a genius, because I really was connected in the crypto industry and I understood a lot having grown up in it, the money really was made from shooting in the dark. I was in the right group chats. I was around the right people, but I was just shooting my money in like a couple $100, $300-$400 in random names. And you don't get to choose which ones pop off. So my strategy this year is everyone has a few key cryptos that they truly believe in. But there's no guarantee those will be the winners. You look at Ask Jeeves, or you look at IBM or Cisco or pets.com or any company that was supposed to be the next big hype. No one was ever supposed to overtake IBM. Cisco comes around. No one was ever supposed to overtake Cisco. Microsoft comes around. Then Apple displaces Microsoft. Then Amazon displaces Apple. Then NVIDIA displaces all of them. You never know which is going to be the biggest winner. So you have to have that diversified approach. Cool. All right, drop a like on the stream if you guys found this valuable. Everybody else, I'm going to catch you in the group chat. And yeah, we'll keep this conversation going. Take it easy.